Hello, I'm Laura Koenig with E3 Alliance, here to talk to you today about kindergarten readiness. Kindergarten readiness is a critically important issue in Central Texas. We know that the beginning of that formal school career starts in kindergarten, and that students that are rated as ready by their teachers are more likely to succeed later in school as well. So we look at this as a major turning point for how we can focus our efforts and help look at factors and structural systems that help support kindergarten readiness before kids enter in school. And also look for how we're going to help kids once they are in school accelerate their learning.
Early is best, as we know, right? It's kind of like the old paradigm of swimming. The longer you wait to learn to swim, the harder it is. So we know that kids are coming to us with huge curiosity about the world around them. So that's just so valuable. And the future is what we make it, like we make it happen. And we do that collectively, right? The teachers, the children, the families, the extended family for many of them, the community partners, because we can't do it without them.
Kindergarten readiness is an equity issue in Central Texas. We see disparities in outcomes based on income level of students who are entering our school system. From the very beginning, kids from low-income households are less likely to be ready than kids from non-low-income households. This presents a strategy for us of looking at what are intentional efforts that we can do to help not only all kids, but especially our kids from low-income households succeed once they get to school.
We have a plethora of data. We have kindergarten data and early childhood data for many, many years that we've been kind of looking at. I guess where it gets sticky is to think about, or where it gets exciting, I guess, is how do we intentionally use that data to find those inequities that are highlighted in everything we read and in the classrooms when we see them, right? So strategically using that data and sometimes really being critical about that data. The good news is that we have so much of it that we can now really look at longitudinal results of things that we've applied so that we can be better at discontinuing things that we know are more punitive than helpful for children.
We've taken intentional action as a region to respond to the data and understand what works to help kids be ready for school, not from an individual child standpoint, but as a system standpoint. What we can see is high quality pre-K really does matter, especially for our kids from low-income households. When kids attend a high quality pre-K program, that's a program that has a low student to teacher ratio and a full instructional school day, they have better outcomes than kids who are only able to be at a half-day program or that they have a high student to teacher ratio in their classroom. So this has galvanized our community at every level to advocate at the district level for low ratio classrooms and at the state level to ensure that we have full day funding for our pre-K programs, and when in past years we've just had half-day funding. But we also know the world has shifted. Many kids didn't get the benefit of a full school year this year, and we know this affects our youngest learners more than any other group. So we are using the tools that we can and working with school districts to understand how, when we can start school again, it can be a safe, supportive, and healthy environment. And no matter how kids come in, we are able to respond to help build those foundational skills and ensure they have a bright future, because the future is what we make it.